in my phone, I got options. And I don't wanna tell you to drop it, but I don't wanna play your fate. Yeah,
Okay guys, so welcome back to my channel, Snow's Life. And if you're new here, which everybody should be new here, please make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe, because I plan on dropping a whole lot of other things as well. So by the title, this is like my failed out of nursing school story time. So I just wanted to just explain like my process, and you know, I am not in nursing school at this time, and I just want to explain why. So let's get into it. Okay, so excuse me. So I'm in a LPN program. So where I'm from, which is Baltimore, it's called LPN, Licensed Practical Nurse. I know that in other states like southern states like Texas and like Cali and over the West Coast, they're called LVNs, and I believe that is Licensed Vocational Nurse. Just a different name, but the same thing. So my program is 14 months, and it's online most of the time. So I only go on the campus for like exams and like tests and labs and stuff like that. But let me turn this blanket down because it's heated and it's hot as hell. So yeah, so I started my program in February. February. It's been a second, but yep, I started in February. So I don't know how many months ago that was, but excuse me. So the class that I failed, that is the reason why I'm not in the program, is Med Surg. So I already know that Med Surg was a hard class because before I started nursing school, and nursing has always been my passion. So I surround myself with like nurse things. So I already knew that Med Surg was just a hard class regardless. It doesn't matter if it's a RN, if you're RN or you're in school to be a RN or getting your LPN or whatever. Like Med Surg all around for nurses is like seriously hard. So the way that my program is, it's accelerated because it's so short. It's only 14 months, so that is pretty short for a program, for a nursing program. So, and we don't get any breaks. So in order for you to pass, you have to pass the class, and if you don't pass the class, you cannot go on to the next course. So it's a lot of pressure because not only is it accelerated, and I'm pretty sure I don't have to explain what that is, but it's just high pace. So in order for, that's already stressful. So you're trying to pass everything, and then if you don't pass your class, you don't get to move on, and then you have to wait for that class to be available again. And just because you're on a waiting list doesn't mean that you're going to be chosen. So it's just like people can be, you know, your classmates are going to move on, and you're thinking that, oh, I can get in a class maybe like in a couple weeks. No, ma'am. So it could be months, it can be, you know, a week, it can be 4 months. It doesn't matter. So it's just like, that's a lot of fucking pressure. Sorry for cursing, but it just is. In Med Surg, my class was 3 months. So I think I started Med Surg like the end of August, kinda. I believe I started Med Surg the end of August. So but I know that my last test was like the very beginning of November, like November like the 3rd or something. So it was to August, to like end of August to early November. So about like 3 months and some change. You know, things get pushed back, but Med Surg is supposed to be 3 months. So in Med Surg, it's just, the best way that I can explain it is everything that I learned previously, it's just like everything bunched in together. It's just a lot with Med Surg. Like, it's very hard for me to explain what you learn, but it's really hard. So I bust my ass. I did. I studied, of course, but it's just like I studied. I stayed up all night. Like, you know, just a typical blood, sweat, and tears. And in order to pass the course of any class in my program is you have to have an 80 to move on. So me walking into my last exam, and on the exam day, on the Monday, I had 2 exams. So if you're not a nursing student, you might not know what this is, but ATI. So ATI is a part of my curriculum, and ATI, we had to do an ATI exam, and then we had our regular Med Surg exam. So the Med Surg exam was worth 30 points. 30 points. That's crazy. That's crazy. Like, that can drop you a letter grade. And ATI was already worth 10 points. I don't like ATI. I mean, me personally, I just don't like it. It's hard to me, or it's complicated. It's not like hard. I know that once I'm in the field, like, everything will be a little bit better, but ATI is not that girl to me. I just would rather not. But it's to help you, prepare you for, you know, your career, for the NCLEX. And yes, LPNs do the NCLEX. I believe it's the P in NCLEX, but we do. I don't know why people will ask, like, do you take the NCLEX? Like, I'm a nurse, am I not? But anyway, so walking into the exam on Monday, that's already 40 points. So I'm already totally fucking stressed. Like, I do clinicals on Sunday. So Sunday, you know, I already had a rough ass day with my patients and everything. Then Monday has to come roll around, and it's the exam. So before I walked into the exam, my grade was a 83. Mind you, it's supposed to be an 80 to pass. So I'm just like, it's no way that I can fucking fail this. No way possible. I have to pass. If I don't pass, I'm going to be dropped from the program and put on a wait list. And that's not something I want, because I'm trying to stay on schedule, because I'm trying to graduate and get this over with just like everybody else. But don't nobody want me to put out the program. I've been in the program for, like, at this time, like 6 months. So it's just like, I'm trying to get this done with. Like, I already done put so much time into it. So I take the exam, both, and I failed it. I'm not a good test taker. Like, I don't know, and it's not like I don't study. Like, I really do study. Like, I really bust my balls. Like, I really do put the time in with the studying, but I can say that accelerated is not for me. So I chose accelerated because I was just at a point in my life where I just didn't want to do any prerequisites anymore. I always say that I was been supposed to be a nurse, but I try to not say that because this is God's timing for me, and I'm 29, and when I was in my younger 20s, I really wasn't focused, but I always wanted to be a nurse though. That's what's crazy. And I'm not a slacker. And anything I do, like, I'm good at, but I don't know why I drug my feet on, like, the nursing thing. It's so weird because it's the only thing that I ever wanted to do. So, like, my early 20s, like, I just didn't take school seriously. Like, I wanted to work and, like, make money and things like that. And I just kind of made making money the priority rather than school. So it's just like you're actually putting off your bigger bag for a smaller bag. I mean, but as you're older, like, I'm 29, so it's just like I'm more wiser. I'm just like, Winter, that was dumb. Like, why would you do that? But you live and you learn. So I don't forgot where I was, but accelerated program is something I chose to do because I knew that, you know, I was approaching 30, and 30 is still young, but I wanted to be a nurse and have my career by then. So I just felt like this was a good alternative and just something that will benefit me and where I was technically in my life. So, because I was in school for RN, but I switched my role and I went to school for the LPN, and I don't regret it. And it's really just been such a blessing to me. So, but if I was a little younger, would I do accelerated? No, I'm not. I just don't have that type of learning style. Everything is super fast paced, and I am the type that I really need something that is a little slower and where I can kind of like comprehend, and it's not so rushed. Being in an accelerated program is like dealing with anxiety times 100, and I already have anxiety, and I know a lot of people already have anxiety, so just imagine that. Like, it's just super fucking stressful. So like I was saying, like, I just accelerated, it's just not for me. But because of my circumstances and what I wanted to accomplish, that's why I did accelerated. So back to the test. So I failed the test, and once you fail, like, the only test score that I got right away was the ATI, because the ATI is something we did on the computer. The Med Surg exam was actually pen and paper. Okay, whatever. So I didn't know my exact Med Surg test score until a couple hours after I got home, because it's on Scantron. I don't know, this is like 2023, so whatever floats your boat. So I know that I failed the ATI right off the bat. I failed it horribly. Like I said, ATI is not my thing. Like, I'm not embarrassed to say that. It's not my thing. I fucking hate ATI. So after the testing, everybody is super, strung out, tired. Everybody's sitting around in the huddles like, did you remember this question? And I just hate that. Like, let me just say this. Don't you hate when you're like taking a test, and like after y'all take a test and they be like, number one was, oh, my patient X, Y, and Z, and they be like, oh, well, the answer was B, and you didn't choose B. So everybody else telling you, like, going over answers, and it's like, damn, I got that wrong. That's so stressful. So when people be in the huddles, I just go away and talk to my friends, call my mother, like talk on the phone or something, because that shit is stressful. So I leave the school, I go to Chick-fil-A, and then I go home. So in the group chat, they're like, oh, the test results are in. So I'm already nervous. I think I went home, girl, and went to sleep because I was exhausted. Like, I was up, I got 2 hours of sleep prior that night, and I was up at like 4 something a.m. Like, I was tired. So I look online, and my grade, I got like a 74 in the class. So I failed. Like, when I walked in at the test, I think I had like an 83. So I think I ended like at a 73 or 74. So like, I failed it. So I'm stressed. Like, I cried. I definitely cried that day. I believe that, I don't know what I did that day, but, I called my friend and we went to Ruth Chris and we had drinks like we usually do. But I couldn't even finish my food. And when I went there, I only got a soup and salad, which if you know me, like, that's not even me. Like, I seriously, like, pick out. So the email came through saying that, hey, guys, so if you failed the ATI, today, you can come in tomorrow at 9 a.m. and retake it. So, I mean, this email is coming at 6 o'clock at night. I mean, everything about my school, no shade. But, I mean, with schools, let me just say school. Like, let me not single my school out like it's something, like it's a bad school, because it's not. But everything about colleges and stuff like that, very rarely do they not have bad communication. Like, I swear, every college that I've been to has totally bad communication. I mean, I took my test at 9 o'clock in the morning. If y'all knew that y'all was going to allow us to retake the ATI, y'all should have just been said this, because y'all knew y'all was going to allow us to do it. Maybe you did, maybe you didn't. That's neither here or there. So it's 6 o'clock at night. I'm legit at dinner having a drink because I'm fucking stressed. So of course I'm just like, yeah, I'm gonna go all the way back up to my school and retake the ATI, even though I know like I'm not good at the ATI. It's just like I'm so like dedicated. Like I'm gonna try my best. Like it's nothing else that I can do. If I fucking fail it, then I
2 hours later.
Okay, so I did all that talking after, and my camera just stopped because my memory card was full. So we're back, and I think that we ended off on the ATI. So like I said, I went up to the school, I took the ATI test, and I failed it. So I'm like, just forget it. Like, I'm exhausted. So I leave out of the testing center, the computer lab, and I call the registrar's office because I already know the steps. Like, let them know that you didn't pass and how does it work, because I never failed I haven't failed a class yet in the whole program. So you know, I'm just like, want to know how this waiting list goes. So they give me the information, and they said like the next Med Surg class is not until January the 30th, but they said the 26th, but come to find out it's the 30th. Mind you, it's already November like the 7th or something like that. So I'm just like, okay. So I'm trying not to be like just even more stressed, but I'm like, yo, that's just a lot of months that I'm pushed back. And like I said, I was supposed to graduate in April of 2023, which is this year, a few more months. But moving on, so it just has been really hard, just accepting the fact that, you know, I failed and that I'm going to be pushed back. And I'm not the type of person who like sits on my hands and things like that. So it's like I have been studying. I went to aesthetic school, so I finally took my second part of my test. So I'm licensed and stuff like that. So and I'm hoping I did not repeat all of this and the other stuff, because I don't even know where the camera stopped really. But because I was just talking. But so it's just been a hard adjustment, just accepting the fact that, you know, you're not going to graduate with your friends, and it's just like God's timing is the best timing, and it's way better than my timing. And at the end of every day, I want what God wants for me. And if it wasn't for me to graduate in April, then I'll take August if that's what God has set up for me. So I'm still on the waiting list. I had called up the school because you gotta keep calling, and they said that I'm still on the wait list. They'll let me know like the 28th or the 29th. Super last minute. Like I said, like everything about school, it just seems like with universities, colleges, programs, like it's like a school has to have bad communication. I don't know. It's just like that's just how school works. But I'm better. I'm way better, and I know that I'm not the only one who has experienced setbacks with nursing. I'm not going to be the last. I knew that Med Surg was a hard class coming into this. Like I said, I did my research because I will always see that this was a hard class, and a lot of people that were in my class dropped in this class, but my personal friends, they passed. So it was just hard, and I haven't cried about it in a while, well, in like a month, but because I'm still in the group text with my friends, and I can see them talking about like, oh, we're almost there and stuff like that, and I'm still encouraging and I still talk to them, but it sucks, you know. It's kind of bittersweet. Like, these are the bonds that I created with them, you know, I created with them. So for us not to be, you know, close to each other and working next to each other, like doing clinicals and stuff, it's like I'm out of the loop in a way. So it does kind of like, it does hurt, but I'm in a way better space. But I just wanted to say, like, nursing students, I got medical students, anybody that has experienced something like this, you have to be encouraged, and you have to have discipline, and you have to be focused, and you have to be consistent, because this is my passion. So I'm not going to let a class like deteriorate, like, what is the word? I'm not going to let this class like be the reason why I don't move on, in a lack of words. Like, I'm just way too determined for that. Like, this is my goal, and nursing is so important to me. So, you know, you got to be diligent, you got to be disciplined, you have to be focused. So, you know, just for the people who have been through this road and have experienced the things that I have, you know, just don't give up. I mean, everybody has a story. Everybody has, I don't think I've ever heard of a situation where someone didn't have a setback in nursing school. I mean, it's nursing school. Like, in my opinion, like, not to be dramatic, because I'm such a dramatic person, but in my opinion, like, the nursing program is like top 5 hardest programs, maybe top 3. Like, it's not even a game. Like, if you know, like, you know. So just that alone is just, if you want it, you're gonna go get it. If you're hungry, you're gonna make sure it happens. So just stay encouraged. Shit happens. And I'm not trying to say I didn't cry. I cried about it. I cried a lot about it. I was depressed a little bit about it. You know, like, I talked to my therapist about it. Yes, I have a therapist, thank God. But setbacks just happen. Like, now, if I don't get into the program on the 26th or the 30th, I don't know what I mean, I have ideas of what I'm going to do. Like, I do have ideas of what I'm going to do. And I'm just going to say this again, because, like I said, the camera cut off, so I don't even know what, like, wasn't recorded. But just in case, like, I'm not a lazy person. I was in school for my RN, and then when I found out about this program, I had stopped the RN, and I had applied to the program, but the program didn't start for like 6 or 7 months. So during that 6 and 7 months, I was just working. I wasn't in school. So I went to aesthetic school, and that's how the aesthetics came about. And I really wanted to do aesthetics because I had a passion or interest in brows and waxing. But as I was doing it and learning about skin, and Botox and lip fillers became my thing. I do have Botox and I do have lip fillers. It's been a year, so they're probably like, my fillers are probably like dissolving, so I really need to touch up. But med spa and aesthetic nursing has been like my baby, like my passion. So I just kind of finessed it, and just like, this aesthetics, you don't need an aesthetics license to do like with the things like Botox. Like, of course, you gotta be like a nurse. But I'm just saying that to say, like, I'm not a person that just sits and just doesn't do anything. I knew that going to aesthetic school would bring more revenue to my business. It could help me make more money, and it was an interest, and it just led to other things, like me being super passionate about like skin and Botox fillers and just aesthetic medicine. So I'm definitely not a slacker. Like, I just keep the ball moving. So if I don't get in on and I'm also a licensed nail tech. Again, like, I don't know what recorded and what didn't, but I said this previously, I thought, when the camera cut off. And I'm also a licensed nail tech as well. So, you know, if the program just if I don't get in because I'm still on the wait list, I have things that, you know, that I'm thinking about doing, but I'm trying not to think so deep into that, because my heart is set on me getting into school. And I'm just going to leave it at that. Of course, like I said, it's up to God, but that's my goal. So I hope to come back on here with good news that I'm back into school and see where things go. But again, you know, closing out this little story time, like I said, if you're just a person who's experienced it, it's something I'm going through, stay encouraged, stay strong. If you pray about it. Know that what's for you is what's for you, and it's never going to pass you. So, you know, that's another little saying that helps me sleep better at night, because if I didn't get it, it wasn't meant for me to get it at that time. And in this season that I'm in, I had to learn that, again, God's timing is way better than ours. And it's so easy to say that, but to believe it is just one thing. Because you have to believe it, like, not understand it, not hear it, like, believe it. So in this season, I've just learned a few lessons that, of course, I'm going to hold dear to me. But I just don't want to leave anything out. I really hope I said everything I needed to say. That whole camera stopping really threw me off. But I'm going to wrap it up because I think I said everything I did. So I just want to remind you guys to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. I'm new here. I'm a new girl on the block. But please like my video, share my video if you liked it, if you related to it. I really appreciate it, guys. And I'll see you in the next story time or a next vlog. And see ya.